Hello, Judy here from Thistledew Creations. I was just putting some stamps away from doing a set of ATCs, and I noticed this packaging that was inside the plastic bag that the stamps came in. It was like the backer or the cover. I guess it's a backer because it has an advertisement for something else on it. And I just noticed how pretty this print is. So I thought I would go ahead and just give you a really great example of the cute things you can make with packaging. So I'm going to cut this to as wide as I can. It looks like I can definitely get 1.5 inches. My punch goes down to 1.5 inches for width. Or maybe what I'll do is go as wide as I can, which is going to take me to about 1 3/4 inches. I'm going to go 1.5 inches. At least on that side. And then on this side, I need to go over just a smidge. What the heck, I'll just do it at 1.5 inches again. That's going to be the easiest way to use the punch. So 2 strips, 1.5 inches, and then these other little strips, I can use the guillotine. It's a little easier, I think. I don't mind that cutter, but I do prefer this guy. So I'm going to salvage this little piece off the top. And I could include the little pink strip in there. Pink polka dot stripe. And there I could include the white stripe, just take that writing off. Through the middle. The writing away. And get like a pink or a purple and a white stripe down each side of the floral. I might end up only using the floral part of that, but at least I've got extra. And then these polka dotted sections, I'll get them as wide as I can. Probably cut that O off. And then what's left here is 1, 2 3/4. So why don't I go ahead and make it 2.5? And it will be the size of an ATC then, by 3.5. Or just leave it long and do a tag with it. Maybe that's what I'll do. My ATC pile is, well, I can see it from here. I've got one pile that's about 4 inches high, stacked up. Another pile that's about 6 inches high, and then some that aren't prepped that are another 4 inches high. So I've got plenty of little cards. So what this punch does, this is a Temu punch, and it does 3 different sizes of tags, and it instantly gives you an awesome shape that you probably wouldn't get if you did it yourself. I'm going to back that first, so I don't have to try to back it later and cut around it. So I'm just going to grab some paper bag, A&W paper bag, and just glue this up. And this is how I do all my tag backing, is just with glue stick and Aileen's Crafty Tacky Glue. And I'm going to just do quite a bit through the middle because a lot of that around the top edge at least is going to be gone when I put it through the punch. So I'll keep it away from the creases here. Give it a little rub down. Cut around it. There's so much paper that comes into our homes that we're not using. We're just putting it in the garbage. Hopefully you're at least recycling it, but a lot of it just goes in the garbage, and we could be doing these kinds of crafts with it. So I have bought very little in terms of craft supplies in the last 3 months, partially because I wanted to save some money, but also because I just realized I've got enough stuff. Like really enough stuff. I'm going to round these bottom corners, and then I'll put this through the punch. So this is the widest it takes, is the 2.5, and there's a slot for it to slide into, and then you need to press fairly hard and pull out, and that gives you instantly that gorgeous top edge. I've got a little bit of glue on there, but I can clean that up and decorate it further. But the idea to show you was just that you can use these little pretty bits of paper that are along the edge of the stuff that you're buying or packaging you already have. Now I'm going to put this one in. I think it needs to be trimmed. Oh, I didn't press hard enough. There we go. So it's a little bit offset because I don't have it exactly at 1.5 inches. I don't know if you can see that one shoulder is wider than the other one. So what I'm going to do, I think a nice length for these would be about 2 inches to make little mini tags. So I'm going to cut a few at 2 inches and then trim it. Oh, that might be too short. Trim it to 1.5 inches. I got to be able to get it into the punch and hold on to it. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't tell if it's seated in there. So I'll take this long piece and we'll do it. Oh, it's still, I needed to cut it to width. That was my point. That was my purpose. So I need to get it to a length that will go in the guillotine so that I can then cut this to width. So if I just cut it off at 1.5 inches, it should solve the problem. Yeah, that's better. And this one too. Just get it lined up on the 1.5 line. And trim off the excess that's on that wider side, and that's still not doing it on that one. I'll go over a little further, just make sure I'm straight. Could end up like a bad haircut. 1 1/4, that's too much. I must have just had it in there, not centered. There, that's better. Were those ones good? It's hard to see it. There, that's better. Easier to see. Yeah, those are good. So those are a nice proportion. And then this little guy, I don't know what I'm going to do with him. Maybe I'll just keep him with these other scraps. And then this one I'm going to cut into thirds. Let's do 4 inches. And then I'll cut that to width, 1.5 inches. I'm make it so that I can see the line. I'm going to do another 4-inch one. I want these to be little tags. If they're too tall, they just look like bookmarks. There. Those little strips can go. You really can't see the pattern on them. And this piece, I could make sure that it's 2.5 and make another tag. Oh, and I can round the bottom corners of these too, because that makes it look so much more done. Softens that corner. Just slide that into the bottom section there, all the way in. And it cuts the hole for you at the same time, which is fun. Or handy. I don't know how fun it is. It makes it easy for you. Now that one is drastically off center again, so I'll have to fix it. Not sure why that's happening. Maybe I just didn't have it in there, down in the groove properly. Mustn't have. So I will try to eye it. That's better. Just got to round that bottom corner again. So that one's nice and plain on the back. Pretty pattern on the front, pretty plain on the back. There's a bit of green up there, that doesn't bother me. This one, same thing, you've got just pretty patterns on the back. Same with that one, it's got a bit of a leaf. So I don't really feel the need to back these, is what I'm getting at. There's nothing like advertising writing on it or anything like there was on this piece. And this piece has the advertising, so I'm going to back it. Still have enough of this paper that I grabbed. Craftstoreuk.com. Must have been expensive to get to Canada. Whoever had it, I think I got those stamps in a swap. It was lavenders and flowers and butterflies. So something that was likely to go in the garbage or the recycling has now been turned into 2 large tags, 5 small tags, and a bunch of other little scraps that I can use in clusters and etc. Actually, I might make some teeny little tags out of them still. We'll keep going, because when I was doing the music note tags at Christmas time for my, what do you call it, advent calendar, I ended up making some tiny little tags with the offcuts from that, and they were really cute. So now that one didn't cut great, but you can easily, now that it's punched, you can easily finish cutting it. My tiny little scissors here. You can see where it was trying to cut. There, so another bigger tag. And I'll probably set these aside to use for Happy Mail, is what I'll do with them. And this little guy was going to be difficult to punch because I can't really hold on to him. Maybe with the tweezers I can hold of them to pull them back out. Oh, no, I didn't have them put in far enough. So that's not going to work. Let's see these. These ones are hard because you have to center it yourself. You've got these ledges that you can center it in if you've got it cut to the right width. But if you don't, and you try to punch it, it goes off center. But all I'm going to get out of these is a little arched top edge. Not the greatest at all. Trying to think what I did. I guess I can just do that and then cut off the little excess. Still not great, but I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna cut this into a little short tag, make it 3 inches. Keep that one how it is. That's still not a great arch at the top. Might be able to do better freehand. I'm going to do this one on this side, see if it'll take away that S or most of it. So you got to get it right centered in that bottom section. That's an awkward angle for me to push down. Well, that one that at least did a better job of getting a nice curve on there. It just didn't cut all the way through. I got rid of almost all of that S. So even that little one, you know, that was just sort of an offcut that I was going to throw away. It's still cute. And this one will be a similar thing. I mean, you could fussy cut those out, but they'll be fine as the front of the tag too. Just got to get it in there kind of centered. And that one gave me just a little bit of a ledge at each side. I'm going to leave it long. And this one, this is going to be tricky because it's a lot skinnier. Gotta get it centered. Sometimes, I don't know about you, but my punches will often stick like that. So that gave me a good arch, and it cut the circle. There is a little bit of that one letter or something showing there, but I'm not too worried about that. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the other end. Give me a good arc, but it didn't cut all the way through. Usually it's just a couple spots that it didn't cut through, so you can finish cutting it through. And then I can take this and either make 2 tags or fold it over or use it as a, on top of something, make a belly band and put a brad at each end or something. That would be cute, even with that purple end on it. Doesn't bother me. And then what can I do with this? Same sort of thing. See what it gives me. When you punch it, it really changes the look of it. I think I'm going to save these for little belly band things. So different now that you don't see the ends. And then these ones, pretty tiny. I'll just put them in my purple drawer. Actually, this one might turn out good. It's just hard to get it centered. just not centered at all. So maybe what would be better, and this is what I might have done at Christmas time and I kind of forgot, is I did some little tags with just all 4 corners rounded, and then you can punch a hole. So that's all just from packaging. Would have been garbage or recycled, but now it is made into something. I'm going to try this one more time. It's sort of hard to get to know that it's all the way in there, but oh, so that one's got the old hole and the new hole, so that one's really not working. Cut it right there, and I'll make myself a little journaling card instead for a mini book. That corner must not be square because it doesn't want to round it. The whole thing's kind of cockeyed, but that's all I wanted to show you, was just a way to use up pretty packaging. And these will be great in Happy Mail. If the person has seen the video, they'll know what it was, but otherwise you would never know. You know those shorts where it says, how would they know? Who's gonna know? How are they gonna know? Should do a little short. Anyway, I really think those are pretty, and I'll find a pretty summer journal to put them in or some Happy Mail to put them in. So I hope you enjoyed seeing that little idea. And I figure when I'm doing these things, I might as well film it and show you what I'm doing. Now it also gives you some confetti, which I had been saving. I have a little jar for confetti. Haven't really found many uses for it. Eyes sometimes on little critters. My little white ghosts at Halloween, I used the little black punches for that. This stuff here I tend to throw away. It's not a good shape for anything, so the only thing I could do would be to punch a little bit more confetti, and I don't need it that badly. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks for tuning in. You're always welcome to come back and craft with me. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. But most of all, have a great day and happy crafting.